Hello, friends, and welcome to your League One Ontario match of the week. We are here in beautiful Waterloo, Ontario for this matchup between BVB Waterloo and Electric City FC. Had a chance to talk to the coaches before the game, talked to Jordan Brown from Waterloo, and he gave me the lowdown on what's going on. They're going to be playing a 4-2-3-1 with Abby Kramer starting up top, and behind her, going from left to right, you're going to see Kayla Kramer, Allison Beaumont, and Sophia Cabral making a start today. Crafty wing player who's quick. I had a chance to watch her play 2 winters ago at the FTF Winter Combine. She made a good showing for herself. Behind those three, you're going to see Danny Sauve and Taylor Shelf. And then in your back four, it's going to be Brooke Morton, Maddie Wright, Kendra Coito, and Hillary Washington, with Natalie Meridian starting in goal. On the other side of the pitch is going to be Randy Ribeiro's Electric City FC lining up in a 3-5-2 with Kayla McQueen and Annie Ivy starting up top with Talia Lovano, Maddie Wilson, Caitlin Crichton, Angela Nicolopoulos, and Rebecca Lamptey as your midfield five, with going from right to left, Brie Carrero, Victoria Swift, Rebecca Van Dort, and you'll have to give me a second here. Just one change from what we've got on my list. Winia Hudson will be starting at left back. And it'll be Brie Carrero starting in goal. My name is Pierce Lang, and we are off to the races here. A couple notes about today's match. As far as head coach Jordan Brown is concerned, he's okay with where they are in the standings right now, but wishes they were a little bit higher. They dropped some points this year that should have been wins, and they've had some good games against some top teams. Still thinks they can push for the playoffs and take points from some of the top clubs they have matches remaining against. Looking at his opposition, he said they're going to be very athletic. They've got decent size and speed, and they try to play out of the back. They're very good on the ball, and he's got a defensive unit, and they'll have to be switched on today. It'll be interesting because their strength is possession, while Waterloo's strength is defense. On the other side of the ball, Randy Ribeiro was telling me how Waterloo is an organized group, and it's going to be an interesting matchup. Basically the same thing Jordan Brown had told me from the reverse perspective. So that'll be a easy note to relay to you guys here. Ball pushed up with a lovely pass splitting the middle for Abby Kramer. She's easily dispossessed by Victoria Swift. This is Hudson with it now. Switching play with a lovely ball. Searching for Talia Lewis, but just a bit too far in front of her. Morton's ball turned the other way, but it's quickly on the counter for Waterloo, but Swift gets it back to her keeper.
Good, watch the longer, watch the longer. Good hail. Lucky hill, good win, good win. Good.
Looking at the League One table really quickly here. Vaughan are back on top with 29 points, followed by NDC Ontario with 27, North Toronto with 25, Alliance with 25, and Woodbridge rounding out your top 5 with 21. Waterloo currently sitting in 7th. Electric City are in 11th as we stand in the season so far today, this year. Wilson battling for the ball, playing it into the middle. Angelica Mialopoulos playing it over for Rebecca Van Dorten. She plays the ball well up the pitch, but that's going to go out over the touchline for a Waterloo goal kick. Fifth minute of play here in Waterloo as the sun slowly sets behind the smog. It's a hazy day here along the Grand River. Mialopoulos going back once again, getting herself out of some trouble. Swift looking for Lamke. Lamke up the wing quickly for Lovano, but Lovano with a missed touch, but makes up for it by blocking the counterattack. Taylor Shell playing it out wide. Ball being worked up through the middle, but it's picked off by Mialopoulos. Ball into the corner for Abby Kramer, and she tries to whip one into the box, but a little bit off target, and it's going to go out for an Electric City goal kick. We're using the hashtag every point matters here this season in League One, and it really is more than just a hashtag at this stage, as the cumulative points from this season and last year will determine who stays in the Premier League next year and who goes down into the first division. We also got some fantastic news yesterday that League One Ontario is going to be, or League One Canada rather, that is going to be expanding into the prairies by 2025 by the looks of it, which is exciting news for sports fans in the flatlands. Certainly Manitoba and Saskatchewan underrepresented in the soccer sporting landscape here right now as it stands in Canada. Apparently, Thunder Bay will be included in that, which makes a lot of sense. They are just a bit far to participate in League One Ontario, and we've seen similarly allowances having been made in the past for Ottawa to compete in the PLSQ. This is Lamke moving in towards goal, fakes a shot, and it's cleared away from harm. Abby Kramer unable to bring the ball down, and it goes back to Swift. Swift now looking upfield, and she was looking for Lamke, and Lamke comes away with it after it's deflected. Lovely little pass. Through and shot in towards goal and off the crossbar. Very dangerous. It was Madison Wilson setting that shot up. On the shot from range. Or rather, that it could have been Kayla McQueen. Didn't really get a look at it to be totally fair. Sophia Cabral playing the ball back. They're looking for Cabral on the wing, but just a bit too far in front of her. We couldn't put this broadcast on without the support of our partners here in League One, and I'd like to acknowledge a few of them. CIBC, the lead partner for Canada Soccer, the Canadian Premier League, and League One Ontario. Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel, Degree, inspiring the confidence to move, and Derby Star, the official match ball of the Canadian Premier League and preferred match ball of League One Ontario. Lovely work there by Annie Ivy to put the pressure on Waterloo's back line and try and win back possession. This is Madison Wilson trying to win the ball back now too, and Wilson a little bit disappointed with the referee's call here. Looking at our officiating crew today, we've got Andrew Benny in the middle with Shanti Maharaj and Chris Cameron as your assistant referees, and Derek Farwell as the fourth official today here for this match. We'll be judging him on how he holds up his signage throughout this match with pizzazz and flair, we're hoping. I switched over to the left side here now for Brooke Morton, and the ball's bouncing around. This is Ivy in the corner. Can she bring it in? Swings the ball into the box, headed clear from harm. Crichton now with it. She was looking for Kayla McQueen. Ball squirts free to McQueen. McQueen with it now on her right foot. Lovano now takes a shot in towards goal, and that's blocked, and it's finally cleared by Waterloo. Back up looking for Kramer. Lovano tries to bring it down. Hillary Washington, or Allison Beaumont rather, that working hard to try and get some pressure on this Electric City back line. Lamke breaks up the attack. Swift with it again. Another ball pushed up the pitch very quickly. You can see Electric City are deviating ever so slightly from their usual plan of attack here this evening. Rather than playing it on the ground every time, they've had a few opportunities to play the long ball, which they've taken in stride. Lamke chesting it down. She's got a full head of steam here, charging up the right side, playing it out wide for Lovano, and Lovano unable to keep it on the field of play. We'll pay some more bills here, friends. Macron, work hard, play harder. Vibrant Performance, Canada's most trusted brand for automotive race parts and accessories, and Sports Engine. Bring your team together with Sports Engine HQ. Great to have all those sponsors on board, making sure that we can make this all happen. Lamke brings down the long throw, tries to get it into position for Lovano, but just a bit behind her. Ball pushed out wide for Cabral to run onto, and here's that speed we were talking about before, and she gets a shot off, but not enough mustard on that one to really challenge Carrero. Lamke back to Swift. Swift being closed down. Mihalopoulos with it now, charging through the middle. Mihalopoulos wearing the captain's armband today. Hudson back to Mihalopoulos. This is Crichton. Lamke with some space here on the right side, being closed down by Kramer. Lamke with it again. Beaumont was dispossessed in the middle. Wilson goes back to Van Dort. Mihalopoulos. Lovely ball right through the middle, looking for McQueen. Ball played out to relieve a bit of pressure here on the Waterloo defensive unit. Lamke doing a great job of chasing the ball down, and Brooke Morton will smash a ball off of her shins and out for another throw-in. Gordian with a big booming kick all the way up to half, and it's Mihalopoulos who comes away with it. Backing off, and be Waterloo coming away with it. Kramer, McQueen with a lovely interception, stepping in and breaking up Waterloo possession. You can hear Electric City coach Randy Ribeiro taking exception to the physical play in his own end, not understanding how he didn't get the call, or in the opposition's end, rather, that. Swift is slow to her feet here. Looks like she might have got probably one of the granules of rubber in her eye, or lost a contact or something here by the looks of it. But she's back on her feet. Wilson nodding it on to McQueen. Play switched here for L1O, and play whistle down for offside. Or no, a foul back at half. Delay on the call. McQueen still tying her shoe after being taken down at the midway point of the field here at Rim Park Field number 2. Not a cloud in the sky, as far as I can tell. Like I said, it's a bit hazy here. McQueen doing a double knot here by the looks of it. This is the longest shoe tying experience I've ever witnessed in my entire life. McQueen's back up to her feet, though. Looks like all those extra knots didn't do her any good on her passing range by the looks of it. This is Abby Kramer. Her touch is a little heavy, and that's out of bounds for an Electric City throw here just at the halfway marker. Lamke looking for L1O, and L1O heads it directly out of bounds. Van Dort, head up, looking at what her options are. Swift seems to be the best one from her perspective, and Creighton working her way into the middle. Randy Ribeiro was telling me ahead of the match that Creighton's been playing exceptionally well this last little stretch, and she's going to be counted on throughout this match. She's a very important part of the midfield, and he's looking for a big performance out of her today. Hudson with it now. Van Dort weighing her options. Tons of space in front of her. Plays it out onto the wing for Lamke. Van Dort gets it back and goes back to the left side for Hudson. Really get the impression that Waterloo's attack is really focusing on working up this right wing here today. Or Electric City's attack, rather, than. Victoria Swift getting it into the middle for Crichton. Out onto the wing. Ball lofted into the middle and in front of Meridian's goal, but nobody there to bring it in. 20th minute of play here, friends. Still 0-0. One early opportunity here for Electric City that went off the crossbar, but that's really it for shots on target today. Meridian with a big booming kick all the way up over half. Nobody able to get onto it first. Hudson and Cabral battling for it, and it's going to go out of bounds before anybody can get onto it. McQueen giving chase, and McQueen's going to get to it first. McQueen's bodied off the ball and no call on the play. Great defensive work there from the center back, number 30 in yellow, Kendra Kudo.
Down that side now.
Meridian gets us back underway here. Looking for Cabral. She leaves it, and Electric City come away with it. Mialopoulos closed down quickly. Ball goes all the way back to the keeper, who pops it into the air. Kramer goes up for it. Shell with it now. Taylor Shell closed down very quickly. Madison Wilson trying to give her some trouble, but Wilson went to ground. Lamke puts a ball off of Taylor Shell, and it goes all the way back to Carrero, and she'll get it out to Van Dort and try and get the counterattack moving quickly. Mialopoulos plays it right back to Carrero right away, and you can see that they've reverted back to trying to work the ball along the pitch and out of the back here, building up play slowly and methodically. You can see a lot of the methodology that's been brought over here from the FC London prototype that we saw in the past with Randy Ribeiro and Mike Marcocha on the bench back for FC London in their glory days when they were the team to beat on the women's side. Hudson plays the ball up.
Ball in. Good, bro. Well done, man on now.
Kayla McQueen with it again, and she's been so dangerous so far here for Electric City. Victoria Swift on the ball. Mialopoulos being pressured. Mialopoulos gets rid of it just in time as Allison Beaumont was giving her a ton of trouble there. Things getting really physical here And this end of the pitch is Waterloo working really hard to try and set the tone early in this match. Van Dort playing a ball up to Hudson, who's going to give it right back to her as some space is opened up. You can see how patient this Electric City side is as they try and create space and pull this Waterloo defense apart, but Waterloo are so well organized. Victoria Swift with a ton of real estate in front of her. Lamke outside of the boot looking for Lovano. Lovano able to keep it in. She's one-on-one with Brooke Morton. She works her way into the middle, but it will be Electric City or Waterloo coming back the other way. Wilson playing a ball out wide for Hudson to run onto. Van Dort's worked her way up a little bit further than we've seen her so far today, and she's going to casually walk back into position. Mihalopoulos disappointed not to have gotten a call here. Abby Kramer cutting back with it now. Turns and she's got her sister, but didn't put enough sauce on that pass to get it through the back line. And you can see Electric City again content with starting out of the back and working their way through this Waterloo team rather than trying to make the quick pass and release. And lovely ball by McQueen into the corner. And unfortunately, Annie Ivy was unable to get onto that one in time to prevent it from going over the touchline. And it is out of bounds for a Meridian goal kick here for Waterloo. 26th minute of play, still 0-0. Not a ton of pressure on either keeper. A battle of attrition so far between these two clubs as they work to break each other down without giving up too much. McQueen in alone on goal and Meridian taken out on the play, and you can hear head coach Jordan Brown voicing his concerns about the timing of that challenge. Looked good to me from here, but don't tell Jordan I said that.
Take three.
Van Dort clears it from the Electric City end, and it'll be Lovano trying to chase it down. No quarter given here by this Waterloo defensive back four. Not really giving a ton of room for Electric City to operate. We saw that one opportunity moments ago for McQueen alone on goal, but it's been that and a ball off the crossbar, but that's really it. Kramer with it now, working her way into the corner, swings the ball into the box. Kramer gets it back on the outside. Abby Kramer trying to get a ball into the box, but unable to get it past Van Dort. Great work so far by Electric City and holding the line and not breaking ranks so far this match and allowing Waterloo much in the way of opportunities. Another ball by Abby Kramer in towards goal, and that's going to go out over the touchline for yet another goal kick.
Side, we can jump up, yeah? Good, we're okay, we're okay. Good, pass them on, get ready, Kaylee. You've got cover inside now, so you can squeeze a little. You can squeeze a little.
You can see how Waterloo have backed off a little bit on their incessant pressure that we've seen so far throughout the match as they look to press high and create problems for the back four when they're in possession. Ball goes off of Lamke. That's still in magically. Looked like it went out from here. Mihalopoulos with it now, playing it out wide for Ivy to run onto, and just a little bit too far for the striker to get onto the end of.
Taylor, that's okay. Good. Keep dropping in. Good. Good, Danny. Cover inside. Time, so time.
Cabral laying a ball off for Taylor Shell. Just a little bit careless with that pass. Nobody there for her. Again, building up from the back, taking their time, working it around, trying to pull this Waterloo side apart like a. I don't know what you pull apart. I'm trying to think of an analogy here, friends. All I could think of was a grilled cheese sandwich. Maybe a fresh pizza. Why it's cheese references. We're stuck here for analogies that aren't cheese related, I guess. Meridian able to get her signed out of a sticky situation. It's Morton with it now, playing a ball into the middle. Kendra Kudo back to Morton. Morton finally able to clear only as far as Mihalopoulos, the captain with it now, playing it for Van Dort. Just a bit in front of her, and Cabral closes her down, and they collide in a vicious collision. Cabral comes away with it, though. Both ladies back up to their feet, which you love to see. Cabral showing her strength as she fights off one defender and plays the ball out to the wing, but it's going to be turned away and go out for a throw. Looks like it's Ivy who's down on the ground right now and slowly rising to her feet. 32 minutes ticked off the clock here, friends. Still 0-0 here in Waterloo. It's your pal Pierce Lang here on the mic, giving you play-by-play today. As always, joined by the one and only Dimitri and MSA, providing the video coverage here. Ivy's back up to her feet by the looks of it. Still getting a moment of medical attention here. A little talking to. She gathers herself up and looks like she's going to come off the pitch for just a moment until the ball's back in play. Waterloo will be disappointed with that turnover just there. Could have done so much more with that, but ball put directly out of bounds off the throw in, giving possession back to Electric City. This is Sauve. Danielle Sauve into Kramer. Kramer's turned away. Laveno back to Lamke, who's found Swift. She plays it back to Carrero to reset this attack. Swift playing a ball quickly up for Ivy and just a bit too far for her. The ball being pinged around in the middle. One head, two heads, three heads, and it's finally back the other way. Waterloo with it now, and they're looking for Kramer. Lamke got a foot in. Creighton with it now, trying to maintain possession. She's going to reset again by going back to Carrero. Swift being closed down by Kayla Kramer. Kramer sisters trying to cause as much trouble here in Electric City's defensive end as possible. Sauve chasing down Hudson. Offside on the play. 35th minute of play. Still 0-0.
Midfield, come on!
Lamke got ahead to it, popped it straight up into the air. Levano playing it back, and it'll be an Electric City ball here with free kick coming up.
Soak, not too far, Soak, stay together.
Creighton with the ball in the middle. A wide left for Hudson. Vandevoort has it, working her way into the center circle, and tries to slip a pass through, goes off a shin, and ends up on the boot of Brooke Morton. Sauve is going to play it back with a careless pass, and McQueen gets it over to Ivy, and ooh, just coming out of her net was Natalie Meridian. Great work by the keeper to shut that down. Sauve going in hard, and it's picked off by Maddie Wilson. Fabulous work by Abby Kramer to try and win the ball back. Gets it into her sister, Kayla Kramer, with it, but it's going to go. It's offside. And we're back the other way again. 37 minutes played here, friends, at Field 2 at Rim Park in Waterloo. Sun setting in the distance and the temperature's dropping ever so slightly.
Team, one of us has got to step there. Taylor, you can stay locked in there, yeah? You're already there, so you may as well stay in.
Long throw headed clear by Hudson. Ooh. Sauve with a shoulder right into the back of Creighton. Or Wilson, rather, that.
Just slide, you're okay. Good, so come into the next six with Allison.
Lamke with a quick 1-2 with Creighton. Slips the ball through, and Wilson gets onto the end of it. She's got it down at the touchline, swings the ball in across the face of goal, and it's over everybody. Ivy was the closest one to it, but she was not able to chase that one down. It's a brawl with it, and she's closed down by Hudson. The ball goes out again for a Waterloo throw. Van Dort slips the ball through the middle, dummied by Madison Wilson, but picked off by Waterloo. And Sauve plays the ball to Cabral. Cabral unable to bring it down, but she's battling hard with Hudson, comes away with it. Great work by Cabral. Cabral holding her own here, taking on Wilson. Or Hudson, I mean.
Danny, just be aware. Maddie, Kendra, 13's wait on her own at the minute. Just be aware, yeah? We turn it over, she's in. Brooke's good. You ready, Brooke?
Again, Cabral's made her way up here today from playing with the reserves. She's at 2006. So by my math, that makes her 17 at the start of this match. Doesn't say when her exact birthday is, so I don't know if she turned 18 during the game or not, but I'll assume she did not. This is Ivy now with it in the corner, trying to put a ball into the middle, and Mihalopoulos puts another ball into the box looking for McQueen, and she's knocked over. Creighton slipping one through to L1O. McQueen gets onto it. Will she get a shot off? She will not because she was offside. Clever bit of interplay there from Electric City, but just lack of focus there as they find themselves offside once again. Creighton goes up for the header, nods it on to L1O. Wilson battling hard with 23 in yellow, Taylor Shell. Wilson with it now. Finds Lamke on the right side. Lamke cutting her way into the middle. Plays a left-footed ball out for L1O. L1O with it now. She's going to play it into the middle, and it's broken up easily by Waterloo, and they clear it up as far as Kramer. Step over by Kramer, and Swift puts it out off of Kramer. It's going to be an Electric City throw-in. 42nd minute here, friends. We'll have an indication here momentarily of how much time will be added on to this first half.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Go from there.
Looks like there'll be a minute of additional time added on here. I just saw fourth official Derek Farwell putting his sign together here. A little intel for you guys before it's officially announced. Rebecca Lamke with a long throw in for Talia Lewis. No, that's incorrect. It is not Lewis. Yeah, we've got a mistake here on the game sheet.
Jordan.
Talia Lovano. This is McQueen now with it. Shot over the top of the keeper and just wide left of the goal. McQueen going to wish he had that one back. Sand slipping through the hourglass, folks. That was probably the best chance McQueen has had since she was in alone one-on-one with the keeper about 15 minutes ago. The attack has been definitely in the Waterloo end a little bit more, but that was to be expected with the offensive presence that we've seen from this Electric City side. They're so good in the build-up. But we were expecting that, and as we've seen, Waterloo have done a pretty decent job of holding their own defensively here so far, forcing Electric City to play the ball backwards more often than not. Hudson's on the ball now. Van Dort. Rebecca Van Dort playing a ball up for Creighton. Creighton trying to play McQueen in. Again, McQueen closing down. Kendra Kudo. She did a fantastic job. Kudo had to play it out rather hastily to clear everything from harm. Lovano now finding McQueen once again. McQueen unable to get past Danielle Sauve. Lovano on it again. She's found Swift. Swift closed down by Kramer, but she gets it into the box quickly, and Wilson was there, but she was offside, so it wouldn't have mattered anyways. And we are into that additional minute of time to be added on to this first half, so we'll see if Meridian's long ball leads to anything here. Might be the last trip up the pitch here for Waterloo, and Lovano was taken out by Taylor Shell, and Electric City with one last kick at the can here if they can get a ball on goal. Vicky Swift with a ball in, and Ivy went in for it, and that's it. That's our first half, friends. 0-0. Your score going into halftime. My name's Pierce Lang. It's been a delight bringing you this first half from Waterloo. We will be back in 15 minutes, so grab yourselves a drink, grab yourselves a snack, and we'll be right back. Hello, friends, and welcome back to Rim Park in Waterloo. We'll have your second half in just a moment. We've got one substitution so far to tell you about. Sophia Cabral is going to be coming out of the match here for Waterloo to be replaced by Cassidy Gua on the right side. You'll see plenty of her up close and personal on this near side of the pitch. Still 0-0 here between Electric City and Waterloo. We'll have a look at the scores from around the league here in just a moment. Bit of back and forth action through the first half. Electric City hit the crossbar at one point, and that was really the most dangerous attempt towards goal that we saw in the first 45. And IB playing a ball out of bounds promptly there. Hudson being worked off the ball by Abby Kramer. Kramer girls causing all kinds of distress for the Electric City backline here in the match so far. Well, as much stress as we've seen for them. All whipped into the box, headed away by Victoria Swift. Finally cleared by Levia, and Creighton's able to clear, but it's whistled down. Referee Andrew Benny blowing the whistle on the play. Van Dort with it now as Electric City get it back quickly. Chance here, but Hudson's going to clear the ball away and shut down that counter attack. And a cheer comes out of the dugout for Electric City on that booming kick.
Wide, wide, wide. Go on. Wide, wide. Here, right here. You can step on it. Okay, good recovering in Taylor. Good. We'll lock down in the midfield. You might take her.
Long throw from Hudson. Looking for Wilson. Hudson gets it once again. Creighton slipping a ball through for Wilson. Hudson on it. Creighton turning. Looking to switch play, and she's got Lamke running up, and she plays the ball into the middle, and no trouble at all for Moretti, and sends a big booming kick up over the halfway mark. Careless pass, and it's Ivy picking it off, running all the way back into her own end to make the defensive play. Van Dort slips the ball out wide for Hudson. Hudson being pressured. It's Hillary Washington applying pressure for Waterloo.
Good, Taylor. Be ready, far side. Good, Danny. You good? Ali, you can squeeze up. Good. No foul. Ready. Cover up. Step two, step two, step two.
McQueen got a foot to it, but unable to find anyone in white, and it's Sauve playing a ball out wide.
Cross
Waterloo taking their time working it out of the back. This is Brooke Morton on the ball now. Chipping a ball up over the top. Lamke gets ahead to it. Van Dort finds it. Pops another ball up into the air. Swift with a shoulder into the back of Daniel Sauve, and Sauve is going to get the call. Still 0-0 here, folks. We're 4 minutes into the second half. My name's Pierce Lang. Pleasure, as always, to bring you your League One Ontario match of the week.
Go big target, BVB. Hillary, cut straight side.
Ball swung into the box. Van Dort gets up and gets ahead to it. She's headed it clear from the box. This is Washington with it now, and Ivy got a foot to it and played it out of harm's way.
Start to slide. Switch over quick.
Abby Kramer unable to get anything done with the ball, and Washington playing a ball up. Or Morton, rather, that, not Washington. Morton 16, Washington's 26. Romero on the ball now. Gives it to Van Dort, who's found Ivy once again. Ivy laying it off for Hudson, who's got plenty of room in front of her. Plays the ball up the wing, and McQueen was there. Got a touch to it. Wilson onto it, but she's offside on the play.
Gotta be higher up. The blue, no?
Caitlin just dropped.
Big booming kick from Morton. Hudson gets up and gets ahead to it. Washington was in for it, but Ivy got it to it first. Creighton with a high boot, but it was Sauve who got to it first. Ball sprung free to Hudson here on the near side. She's able to clear only as far as Morton. She turned her back on it, and ball goes all the way back to Carrero. Cassidy Gua getting her first touch on the ball here in the second half. Right, playing it back to Carrero, who's hammered the ball up over half for Swift to get onto. Meridian's well out of her goal to play the ball. Plays a square ball to Hudson and gets back into her net. Creighton with a lovely turn to avoid Allison Beaumont. Big kick looking for McQueen, but offside once again for Electric City. Just a little bit impatient there from McQueen, whose speed has been a definite asset here throughout this match. Looking around the league, top scorer so far is Isabella Mazzafaro for North Toronto, with Jada Thompson from Woodbridge tied with her actually in goals with 10 so far. Stephanie Young of Blue Devils FC has 8. Madison Mariani has 7, as does Kaylin Robertson and Leah Pay to round out the top 5 plus 1, since the 3 of them at the bottom there tied on 7 goals. McQueen closing down. Morton gets a shoulder in. You can hear Jordan Brown voicing his concerns about the unevenness of the calls from his perspective.
Okay, that's enough.
Good, Kendry, okay. Just hold your space. You don't need to go higher. All right, okay. Come on. Keep coming, Taylor. Good, keep jogging it back. Good, Abby. We can go higher, make him play it. Good. Left shoulder, bro. Just watch left shoulder. Maddie's covering you, so you're okay. No foul. Pressure on. No flick, yeah. Line. Good, bro. Well done. Man on.
Wilson playing the ball back for Lamke. Lamke trying to put it right down the middle. Creighton's going to get on to the end of the ball, and a lovely step over. She turns the other way, stops and pops herself back, tries to find Lamke on the reversal. It's going to go out for a throw-in. Electric City had the first game of the week last week as they took on North Mississauga. It was a 2-1 final for North Miss.
Okay, recover. Shoulders.
It was Christian getting the goal for Electric City in that match. Then on Wednesday, there were 2 games in the league with FC London drawing with Tecumseh at the University of Windsor Stadium. Tecumseh actually coming back from being down 2 goals at halftime, with Hanley and Robertson getting the 2 goals to bring them back into that match. And then we had Vaughan hammering Pro Stars 5-0. Leah Pay getting a hat trick in that match, with Nia Fleming Thompson getting one of the others as Jade Vifus rounded out the scoring for Vaughan. Christina Diaco getting the clean sheet in that match. This is Crichton now with the ball. Fabulous work there by Morton to get the ball off of Crichton. Ivy brings it down, plays the ball into the box, headed away. Morton got to it. Ball up over the top. They're looking for Kramer. Neolopoulos looking for Hudson, and that ball goes out. Hudson was able to keep it in and put a long throw in, looking for McQueen. McQueen shoulder to shoulder there. Swift gets that clearance. Kudo working hard to maintain possession here. This is Washington up the near side, and she swings the ball in, and Swift got to it. Lamke gets to it. She was unable to clear her lines. Ball into the box, and Van Dort rises and gets to it. This is Ann Ivy now. Ivy looking for options. She plays it into the middle, looking for McQueen, but Morton leans into it with a header. Abby Kramer puts ball into the Electric City end, and it was Van Dort able to break things up. Hudson getting the ball back to Van Dort as Abby Kramer closes her down. Van Dort with a pass into an open area. No one able to get onto it, however. This is Danielle Sauve working her way back, and she's going to lay it off for Cassidy Gua. Gua goes down to ground. This McQueen continuing to throw her weight around in this match. Washington with a couple step overs and puts a shot in towards goal, and it'll be Carrero slowing things down.
Ball in midfield.
We had one game on Friday last week with Simcoe County losing 2-0 to NDC, with Rosen Gomes getting the goals and Faith Fenwick with the clean sheet in that match. This is Hudson now on the ball. Hudson fakes and then eventually puts the ball into McQueen. Kramer brings it down, looking for her sister, but it's Swift battling with Kramer, and Swift goes to ground and gets the ball out of bounds.
Stay switched on, yellow. Keep ready.
Ooh, I've gone back way too far here with these scores. I apologize. Somehow we were going through the games in May. I apologize. I don't know how that happened. I genuinely apologize. I was wondering, some of those scores looked a little weird. So I'll have the proper scores here for you. Is Unionville lost to Tecumseh 4-1 with Robertson getting a brace for Tecumseh in that match. Oh goodness. Ooh. Hudson with the clearance just now. Vaughan I feel so ridiculous now. Vaughan 2-1 winners over North Toronto as well last Wednesday, with Nia Fleming Thompson getting the brace for Vaughan.
Inside, Brooke, inside. Good, Brooke. Recover 7, recover 7.
Then on Friday, there were two games. Alliance were 1-0 victors over Derby.
Good, Danny. Go on, careful.
Goal scored in that one by Beckett, and clean sheet for Gurleen Tour.
Good, drop off. Watch the direct pass. Good, Kendra. Just delay it. Good, Kendra.
So we had a substitution with Isaac King coming in for Electric City and Ann Ivy coming out of the match for the women in white. Good work by Van Dort to break up that offensive foray into her end.
Man up.
NDC were 3-0 victors on Friday over this very same Electric City squad. Audie McBride and Gomes getting the goals in that match, with Fenwick getting the clean sheet.
Time, Brooke, time.
Then on Saturday, there were 3 games. North Mississauga 1-0 winners over Tecumseh.
Decision.
Morgan getting the goal in that match, with Molly Erickson earning plaudits for not allowing a goal. FC London were 2-1 losers to Vaughan Azzurri. But it was 16-year-old Charlotte Cromack getting the goal for FC London, with Torelli and Nia Fleming Thompson getting the goals for Vaughan. And the final game on Saturday, North Toronto were 5-0 victors over Pro Stars. Rukin, McCausland, Perez, Mazzafaro, and Walk getting the goals for North Toronto, while it was LaRose with the clean sheet in that match. And on Sunday, 4 games. Simcoe County and Woodbridge drew 1-1. St. Catharines Roma Wolves and Guelph Union 2-2. Ball headed away by Swift. Blue Devils won Hamilton United 3. And then Burlington lost 2-1 to Unionville Milliken. That leads us to today, my friends. Still 0-0 here, but our other games in progress are North Toronto and Derby, or North Mississauga and Derby, rather, that are at 0-0 as well. And then it's Tecumseh 1, Guelph 1. McMahon and Falkstein with the goals in that match. And you are now officially up to date after I only said the scores of 7 games from May before we got to this week's action. Thank you for bearing with us as we went through that, and Hopefully that will never happen again. Joe playing a ball over to Morton. Morton looking for Washington in the corner, but just a bit too far for her. Looks like Natalie Coscarella is going to be coming into the match here momentarily for Livonia. Ball in for Washington, but Hudson's there. King got to it, but Kodo turns away. Another Electric City attack, but King with great pressure wins the ball for Electric City. Livonia with a lovely turn in the middle. Crichton up over the top looking for McQueen. McQueen's got a full head of steam. She's working really hard to try and get herself around. Brooke Morton, but Brooke Morton did a fantastic job as she has all day, and Coscarella is going to make her way into the match here now. Good hustle all game by Lovano. She'll get to take a well-earned rest. Hudson to take this throw in. Neilopoulos got to it. Crichton plays the ball into the box, and that'll be Maradian collecting the ball up off of the turf and slowing things down here for a little bit of a breather for this Waterloo side as they turn away another wave of Electric City attack. Neilopoulos to King. King working hard to maintain possession. She's going to go back to Hudson. Washington's giving chase as she's down into the corner. Hudson turns, lovely little step over, and she gets a ball to King. King looking for Neilopoulos, but it's Sauve who comes away with it. Lovely bit of passing here from Waterloo as Sauve decides to go all the way back for Cassidy Gua. Ball slipped through, and coming out of her goal is Carrero, and Carrero with a very brave play coming out to break that up.
Good, narrow, Hillary, narrow. Yeah, took into seven. Good, keep narrowing.
Crichton turning. Neilopoulos, great work getting the ball up to King, but King unable to control it. This is Kudo. Washington back to Kudo, and it squirts through. Neilopoulos chasing this down, able to keep it in. She's found Van Dort, who gives it right back to her again. The captain with a little bit of time. You can see the pressures really mounting here from the Waterloo attack as they continue to press high up the pitch. Coscarella working a ball back for Lamke. Lamke again charging up the pitch, and she gets in hard and goes body to body with Danielle Sauve.
Thank you. And you're wearing number 4? Please leave your pinion for now.
Rebecca Drager about to make her way into the match here in the 69th minute, or when the next stoppage of play is. Looks like she'll be taking out Allison Beaumont, number 29, in just a moment. McQueen again chasing another ball down, but unable to make any magic happen here in the Waterloo end. Kayla Kramer lost the ball there in the lights momentarily. Morton playing a ball up the middle, and it goes all the way back to Carrero. Van Dort with plenty of room in front of her right now. No one closing her down. Ball played up to King, and they go all the way back to Van Dort. As no one's really closing her down. And you can see they're trying their best to get Waterloo to chase and wear themselves down. Chance coming here as Washington gets to the ball first, chests it down. She's got a chance here. She's in alone on goal, and great work by Hudson and Swift in communicating that and pulling off a great defensive effort to win the ball back for Electric City. Danielle Sauve with it now. Kramer back to Sauve. And Sauve's offside. An aforementioned substitution now taking place as Rebecca Drager comes into the match. And she's taking out Allison Beaumont. Still 0-0 here, friends. 71st minute of play. We're in Waterloo. It's Electric City taking on BVB Waterloo. My name's Pierce Lang. It's been back and forth here. Opportunities a little few and far between here so far this match. A battle of attrition, if you will. But real chess game between a very strong defensive team and a team that loves to play with the ball at their feet. Waterloo, the aforementioned defensive squad, leaving Electric City to be the other team I was talking about who love playing the ball with their feet. Morton turns and fires as she clears a ball as McQueen was applying pressure. Got another substitution coming here as it'll be Marissa Oliveira coming onto the pitch, taking off Crichton. Or Wilson, rather, sorry. Madison Wilson coming off the pitch, place of Marissa Oliveira. Morton escorts the ball out, but it looks like it actually ended up going off of her. Great work there by Natalie Coscarella to apply the pressure there.
We should.
Oliveira is going to take the corner kick here. It looks like it's going to be a right-footed in-swinger. Everybody lined up on the far side of the box right now as they come charging in. It's going back post. Maradian got a hand to it by the looks of it, and it's going to be a counterattack as Neolopoulos gets to it first for Electric City. Sauve closing her down. Victoria Swift on the ball now as Sauve comes charging back to try and win back possession. Kramer comes away with it, but Kayla Kramer unable to find an intended target. King giving chase, but cleared by Hillary Washington. King again, getting a foot to it. King still battling hard with Sylvie to try and keep the ball in possession of Electric City. This is Kudo, who's found Washington charging up the right side. Hillary Washington now with it, cutting in onto her left foot. Still with it as Hudson is able to finally get a foot in and break up that attack. Marissa Oliveira playing a ball out onto the wing, looking for King, but just a bit too far in front of her. This is Kramer. Abby Kramer working her way into the corner, battling with Hudson, and Hudson's trying her best to keep it in, and she saves her squad a corner kick. Here is, it'll be a throw in from deep in towards the corner for Waterloo. Christian slow to her feet. We're going to have a substitution here for Electric City. It'll be Christian coming out of the match immediately as soon as she gets herself up to her feet, with Monet Alonso Cruz making her way into the match.
Let's let them get here.
Take this opportunity to fire through the last of our sponsors here for today's match. The Canadian Premier League, where Canadian soccer takes flight. Ontario Soccer, encouraging us all to play, inspire, and unite. And Canada Soccer. Sign up for the new Canada Red fan membership program to get the inside track on national team tickets, exclusive merchandise, and other promotions.
Andy, do you have any Vaseline?
Are you interested in becoming a referee? Ontario Soccer wants to hear from you. Please visit ontariosoccer.net/recruitment for more details. Christian making her way off the pitch. She's had a phenomenal game here so far. You hate to see a player who's performing so well have to be taken out of the match due to injury, but we'll see what Alonso Cruz can get done here in these 13 minutes that she's got to work with. Kudo turns, but it'll be Coscarella coming away with the ball. She's cutting back into the middle of the pitch, and she's going to play it for Lamke. Lamke goes back to Swift. It's Neolopoulos now doing a good job of maintaining her footing.
Miss, I need you on the bench, please. Not on the door. Thank you.
Good patience, patience.
Van Dort turns.
Good, speed up, speed up.
Washington closes down Hudson. King's got the ball now with Morton on her back. Morton's pushed well up the pitch. She'll jog back into position.
Good, watch long, middle. Be ready. Good, Kendra, force it back. Good. Go on, Hillary, get in front of 7, in front of her. Get in front of her. Good recover inside, Kendra, shoulders.
Lamke turns. Gives it back to McQueen. McQueen lays it off for Lamke again. McQueen gets the call.
front of your player. No free run. Don't let them run free into the box. Good, Manny. Away. Good, well done. Kid. Keep going, Taylor. Keep going, Taylor. You and Abby together. Squeeze him, squeeze him.
Washington's giving chase. Hudson gets to the ball. Good little battle here with King and Rebecca Dreger. Washington doing a great job to win the ball back for Waterloo. Ball goes out off of Hudson and long throw by Morton looking for Washington. Van Dort steps up and she keeps the ball in. And it goes all the way back to Maradian. Van Dort's shifted over to more centralized position here, kind of providing cover there momentarily. Oh, McQueen's got a chance here. See if she can use her speed to her advantage. Alonzo Cruz slipping it through, shot in by Oliveira, and Oliveira's shot was blocked. Abby Kramer now one-on-one with Van Dort. She turns on Van Dort. Great ball line for Drager, but coming out of her goal is Carrero. Hudson and Van Dort going to play a quick little bit of 1-2 between themselves here as they await the pressure. Washington's on Hudson now. Neolopoulos turning. Drager's on her back. Lamke now. Lamke trying to slip a ball through, but it's Kendra Kudo turning it away. Abby Kramer's offside. "82 minutes played here, friends. Time running out on both of these teams. They're both very much in need of points to keep themselves in the running for a Premier Division spot next season. Coscarella gets whistled down for getting a shoulder in on Madeline Wright. Got another substitution coming in here for Electric City. It's going to be Mariah Shaw coming into the match. Coming out of the game is going to be Kayla McQueen. Big booming kick by Morton up into the box and headed away by Swift. Still 0-0 here, friends. It's only moments left in this one.
Good, Kendra. Cover, you're fine. Good. Good, Kendra. That's fine. Good cover. Going healthy, going healthy. That's throw.
Still 1-1 between Tecumseh and Guelph. It's still 0-0 between North Miss and Derby right now.
Good, X. Good, Danny. Slide, 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 slide. Good, Danny. Stay, Hillary. Good. Good. Keep moving your feet. Good. Chase it out. Go back. Chase it out. Chase it out. Good, bro.
This is Morton giving chase. Lamke gets a foot to it. Chance for Marissa Oliveira, and she just smashes it over the goal. This game finishes as it stands Waterloo will remain in 7th place. And Electric City will move up one position into a 4-way tie with everyone in 8th place. King gets the call as Morton comes in strong. Morton's going to get a yellow card. I don't know that she did anything differently from what McQueen's been up to all game long. Sure, she doesn't mind the yellow card. Abby Kramer. Abby Kramer was in there putting in a few extra words, pleading the case of Morton. Neilopoulos gets a shoulder in on Kramer. Ball up over the top looking for Abby Kramer, but it's Swift playing it all the way back to Carrero. 86th minute here, friends. This is Rebecca Van Dort getting a ball up. It's Morton again with it. She gets in and clatters with Alonzo Cruz. Morton lucky to not get a yellow card there. She went in quite strong on that play. Just a split second too late, but I think she got a little bit of leniency here from the referee as the first yellow only moments ago was slightly questionable. Lamke goes back to Swift. Neilopoulos being closed down by Kramer. Carrero on it now. Just found Neilopoulos, who gives it right back to her again, and she smashes the ball up over to half. Coscarella working hard, but loses possession. Alonzo Cruz. Neilopoulos. Van Dorto wide for Hudson. Hudson being closed down by Washington. Hudson playing a ball up, and it'll be Morton getting to it first. Kudo had it, but it's Oliveira coming away with it. Cheeky little pass looking for Coscarella, but just a little bit off target, and it's Carrero comes out and saves the day for Electric City. This is Morton with it now. Sauve. Morton chests it down, and Van Dort finally able to clear again. Coscarella gets to it. King with it, but she's going to get whistled down for offside. We're in the 88th minute of play here, friends. Have an update for you in just a moment as to how much time's to be added on here. Morton moving the ball up the pitch to get it back in line with the offside free kick here. Morton's ball just a little bit over the head of Washington, and we've got one more final substitution coming in here for Waterloo. Looks like it'll be Emma Thompson coming in.
Brooke, just drop. Yeah. Play it as if it's getting flicked on, yeah? Play deep. Go back. Oh, come on.
Andrew, we're good.
Thompson's going to be coming in for Brooke Morton. Brooke Morton coming out of the game so she doesn't risk getting a red card here in the last few minutes of this match. Hudson turns, gives it back to Van Dort. Van Dort with the ball lofted up over the top, looking for Marissa Oliveira, but it's headed clear by Waterloo. Danielle Sauve was taken down by Neolopoulos, and it's going to be a free kick here for BVB Waterloo. Last dying moments of this match. Kendra Cotto standing over it. Cotto's ball in towards the box. Victoria Swift rising to meet it. Fabulous work there by Mariah Shaw to win the ball back for Electric City. This is Shaw with it now, pushing a ball up, looking for Monet Alonso Cruz. Pressure from Waterloo. Too much.
Come on!
Be 4 minutes of additional time as the minimum to be added on here to the second half. Wright plays it out of bounds for an Electric City throw.
Good. Good step.
Lamke closed down by Sauve. Sauve got to it. Neolopoulos. It's Alonso Cruz who had it. And finally, it's Hudson getting the ball here with a little bit of space. Playing it in for King. King's found Alonso Cruz. Alonso Cruz very shifty, very quick with the ball at her feet. Hudson lofting a ball into the box, and Lamke got under it. Or not Lamke, sorry. That's Mariah Shaw again.
Well, we're at it. We're already at 1 or...
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm going to go short. Front of the 7, yeah? Good. Taylor inside. Close to 7, yeah? Between 7 and 21. Double.
This is Dreger. Dreger puts a ball into the box. Or sorry, rather that it's not Dreger. Was Abby Kramer.
Yeah, go on, Maddie. Send back.
Hard to see all the way in that corner. Do apologize to Miss Kramer and Miss Dreger.
Stack it, Emma. Get going, yeah? 6 yards.
This is, in fact, Rebecca Dreger over the ball. She's going to put a right-footed in, swinger in. Looks like it's going near post. Headed in towards goal. Squirts free. Nobody there. Washington giving chase. And the speedy winger is unable to bring it and get onto the ball. But she's going to take the throw in here for Waterloo. Long throw from Washington's found Sauve. Sauve gives it back to her, and Sauve again with it. Danny Sauve, the captain, and it's the other captain, Neolopoulos, who got a foot to it.
Kendra.
Kramer sisters unable to link up. Chance coming here, though, but once again, just lack of communication between the two Kramer girls. Good work there by Emma Thompson to charge back and make sure Coscarella couldn't formulate an attack for the women in white. Again, it's Thompson battling hard with Coscarella. King with it now. Thompson in again. Thompson doing a fabulous job since coming into this match for Morton. Closing out this game and making sure that our teammate doesn't take on a second yellow and the suspension that comes along with it. Long throw coming here from Hudson. Hudson whips a ball into the box. Coscarella got a thigh to it. Alonzo Cruz put a shot in, but it was blocked. And it's Neolopoulos' shot that's blocked. And that's it, friends. Your final is 0-0 between Waterloo and Electric City. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring this one to you. My name is Pierce Lang. Thanks for watching. And thank you to MSA for providing such a fantastic feed today. What a great group of guys. We'll see you at the next match of the week. And until then, keep safe and have fun and enjoy your evening.